Hey everybody, as the Buck Denver videos move along doing a review of the Old Testament, I wanted to focus on one concept as the video is going to be talking about through Ruth, but I wanted to focus on this question. Where did the scriptures come from? Who's responsible for them? Who's the author ultimately? The quick answer, of course, that you'll probably give is God. But how did God do that, right? We know that Moses wrote Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. We know a lot of the authors. There's over 40 authors. So how is it that God gave them those scriptures? To do that, I want to talk about two words, two very specific words. One is in Greek and one is in Hebrew. The Hebrew word is ruach and the Greek word is pneuma with a P, like pneuma, like pneumonia, like pneumatic tools that are air tools. Here's what those two words mean, and they mean the exact same thing. They mean breath, they mean wind, or they mean spirit. When the first time that we see that is when we see in Genesis chapters 1 and 2, when God creates, at the end of that, when there's a void, it says in Genesis chapter 1:1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. The earth came into existence formless and void, and what? If you don't know it, pause the video and go look it up. What was the next line? The next line is, and the Spirit of God, the Ruach of God, the Spirit of God hovered over the waters. So the breath of God, the air of God, the Spirit of God hovered over the waters. The verse that I wanted to focus on is in 2 Timothy 3:16, where it says this: all scripture is what? 2 Timothy 3:16, look it up. All scripture is God pneuma. It is theopneuma, God pneuma, God breathed. That it's been given by God's Spirit, by his breath, into people. And so all scriptures, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, God breathed his word into Moses. God gave his word through his Spirit into Moses. In Joshua, same thing. As we move through the scriptures, we see all these 40 different authors, and we say, okay, then, if 2 Timothy 3:16 is the standard, then God breathed his word into all the authors. He gave it to them. He pneuma his word into the authors so that they could write. So ultimately, while we have their words, it's in their plain language, right? The Greek New Testament and the Hebrew Old Testament was in their language, in their common words, in their specific vocabularies. It was also written with their personalities. Their way of writing comes out. But ultimately, it's God who put the ideas in them in the first place. The concepts, what to write, how to write it. He gave it to them because he breathed it into them. That's the big concept I wanted to talk about today. Ruach and pneuma, the breath of God, the Spirit of God, who gave us his word. Till next time, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and God bless. Hope to see you on Sunday.